Yo guys, welcome back to another update of my Canadian dividend investing portfolio series here on YouTube. Just quick introduction if you're new to the channel. I've been documenting my amateur investing since September of 2020. Now it's been about 3 years, all primarily invested in Canadian dividend stocks, and you can see here this is my annual dividend income that we are my monthly annual dividend income every month since I started. It's been going up and up and up, and at the moment my kind of average monthly income that I'm expecting is about $325 per month, but you can see here it's not like totally linear. It kind of pops up one month and down two, and then up one and down two. But basically the annual income from all of the dividend stocks that I hold, which is totally passive, and this is all tax-free because this is in my tax-free savings account, is about $3,900 per year. That's based on the forward annual dividend, and that's actually my weighted average, 4.97% times the stock value, which currently, so far as far as I've updated my sheet, is around $78,500. Now, I did have a little bit of cash in my account today. I deposited $200, and there was some left over from the last couple dividends that I received, which I'm always reinvesting. And what I did is I went and I bought about $200 of stocks, and I'm going to get into that in 1 second. But yeah, overall, I'm down 5.24% in total. What that is basically indicating is I've deposited $83,200. Then the total account balance is around $78,838. That's a number that I like to track. I'm always tracking my passive income that I generate, but I kind of think that if my whole balance is lower than what I put in, it's not a very good situation because I'm reinvesting all of the dividends that I receive. And so if I'm just doing that, that means basically if I hadn't done any of this, I would be, I wouldn't have lost this $4,000. But also that's kind of short-sighted because I'm planning to hold for a long time. And as we go forward, I do expect to go back into the green. And later, probably I'll maybe intend on living off the dividends, but for now I just reinvest them all. But it is just generally a number that is important to me to track because I think that's good to know. If you're just purely extracting the dividends and living off of the income that they produce, I get how the total balance wouldn't really matter as much if you're purely funding your life primarily from those dividends, but that's not the case for me because I'm reinvesting. So anyways, I'm kind of at this crossroads between prioritizing the actual cash flow from the account, but also really considering the total account balance and my total performance. Anyways, I'm not too worried about this because actually just if we go into Wealthsimple Trade in the last few weeks or in the last month, it's come up almost $3,000. So the whole Canadian economy was in dire straits there for a minute, and it might be coming back up a little bit here. It had dipped quite far in that point, and hopefully we can cross back into the green at some point. Not too concerned because I don't plan on emptying out this account anytime soon. That said, I might actually, one day if I was going to buy a house or something, because I don't actually own one, I might actually just drain the whole account and buy a house, but if I would only do that really if it was in the green. I would never plan to take a loss like this, a realized loss in my tax-free savings account. That would be no good. Anyways, wow, I'm really rambling here. The point was to come into the portfolio tab. I have it right now sorted for the biggest winners at the top and the biggest losers at the bottom. There's a million different ways you can sort this in here, which is what I do like about using the spreadsheet, because in Wealthsimple, if you come in here, you can just look in alphabetical order and basically at one stock at a time. Whereas I find in a spreadsheet, it's a lot easier for me to wrap my head around what's going on because there's quite a lot of numbers in here. But anyways, what I did today is I didn't really overthink it. I just dropped in $200 and I split it equally into the bottom 4 positions. I just want to add in a little bit more while the prices are so crazy reduced from my average. It is what it is, and all I'm doing here is just driving down the average cost. If these bankrupt and I lose all my money, so be it. But if they pull back up again, then I'll be in a slightly better position than before. With that said, I actually did hold a stock once that went bankrupt, and I legitimately went to $0. It can happen. I held on. I kept holding, hoping that it was going to come back up. And I literally got a letter in the mail from, I can't remember, some lawyer. This is years ago, and I literally I held till bankruptcy. So watch out for that. Try not to do that. But anyways, that's all I did. So if in Wealthsimple Trade, we can just take a quick look here at the transactions. Let's see if I can pull this up. So yeah, today I tried to put around $50 into each of those. So for Northwest Health, I added about 10 shares. Allied Properties was 3 shares. AQN was 6, and Interjex was 5 shares there. I also deposited the $200, which has been reflected in the sheet. But the one thing that you haven't seen, or I haven't added in as well, was this Fortis dividend from the December 1st. So I'm going to add that in too. It's $36.58. Let's do that first. That's going to be in the dividends tab. If you actually look in the summary tab, right now my dividends only go up to November, so I'm going to have to add in a new column once I get this started. But in the dividends tab, we can just scroll down here to the very bottom, and I'll put in TSE FTS. That was December 1, 2023. And the value was $36.58, and that was Canadian dollars. So what I need to do in the summary tab, I need to update this. So if you're a user of the spreadsheet, which I know a lot of people are, all you have to do when you add in a new month and you're not seeing it yet is just come down here to the tables below, which control the data that are up above. Select the bottom 4 cells here. Make sure all 4 are selected, and then just drag this little handle down one line, and it's going to pop it down, and basically that's going to introduce a new row into the column into the table, and it'll start tallying up as we enter more and more dividends into that dividends tab throughout December. So the other thing I need to do is go in the transactions tab, and I need to drop in the 4 transactions that I did, and I'm just gonna copy and paste these in so you don't have to watch. So once that's all typed in, I do double check that everything tallied up to exactly what I was expecting, and it is working properly. So the last thing I want to do is come in here back to the summary tab and take a look here at this number. So at the beginning of the video, my annual passive income from all of my dividends combined in my tax-free savings account was $3,905. And now based on those $200 that I spent, it's up to $3,921. So that's an increase of like about $16 per year. Yeah, that sounds about right. Which is nice. Going forward, I'll hopefully be expecting to get that. And every time I do this, I deposit more and more money in here, and I reinvest the dividends. Basically, every time you buy more dividend-paying stocks, this number is going to go up, and I like to track that as mentioned before. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you're interested in trying out the Google spreadsheet, there's a link in the description below. And sorry for making this video so long. I legitimately thought I was just going to pop in and make like a 2-minute update. But I guess I just kind of felt like rambling today. So anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.